Welcome back, squad. 32 teams, not quite 32 stats. Let's go. Welcome back, squad. We are rumbling into week 6. Got 32 stats. Not exactly, probably lower than that, but I didn't do the math. Let's just go. Up first, the 49ers. CMC has 43 targets, which leads all running backs. He's also third in receiving yards overall, including wide receivers. That is insane. Christian McCaffrey has been insane this year, as he kind of always has been when he's healthy. So that's kind of his thing. The Bengals, Chase Brown has scored over 12 fantasy points in one game, and it was in week 1 this year. That's not good, but they have Joe Flacco, so it's going to get better, which is good. They'll check down, I think, more. Still not great, but definitely better. Once again, Evan Ingram was below a 50% snap share. He got in the end zone, but he was over 50% of routes run at tight end. So it's a little confusing. I wish he played like 20% more. He could go through the roof. Right now, he's like borderline playable. I don't like it. For the Browns, David Njoku had 6 catches. Fannin had 4, 10 for the tight ends, at least those two. I don't super know what's going to happen with this offense. There's a lot happening and 2 rookies at the helm. So I'm like cautiously optimistic because I think it's better than Flacco, but I don't think it's like that much better. So it's going to be a roller coaster and I don't really want to ride on it. For the Bills, no Bills wide receiver is averaging more than 5.5 targets a game this season. They spread the ball out. We knew that. We know that. It's just kind of what they do. The sell high man himself, Ibuka, has 7 targets in every single game except for week 1, and he had 6. For the Cardinals, it looks bad all around, but Marvin Harrison Jr. had a 17% target share, his season low. You just can't trust him in your lineups. On to the Chargers. Keenan Allen is in the top 8 in targets at wide receiver. Quentin Johnston is at 14, and Ladd is outside the top 30. Just interesting. For the Chiefs, I have been quite wrong about Pat Mahomes this year, and it's because his team kind of sucks, so they're throwing the ball a lot, and he's also running more. He's had 1 game below 37 pass attempts. On to the Colts, Jonathan Taylor. He looks great. He has 16 catches so far this year. Last season, he had 19 total all year long. For the Commanders, it's Bill. Under the Cowboys, Dak had 7 rushing attempts this past week. I actually got to look up because I don't actually know the last time he did this. One moment. Week 13 of 2023. Now, is that going to stay? Probably not, but that's kind of fun. They're throwing the ball a ton anyway. He might as well run. Kind of looks like a goose when he runs, but he's running. To the Dolphins, Darren Waller played 58% of snaps last week. If that number increases even slightly, he's even better. He scored a touchdown. He's on the field. No Tyreek Hill. Onto the Eagles, the RB1 from last season, Saquon Barkley has 1 game above 60 yards. He's been good, not great, and I don't love that. How are the Eagles scoring points? I actually don't understand. Like the wideouts aren't catching the ball a ton, other than this past week. Who is moving the ball? God? Onto the Giants, Theo Johnson tied for the lead in targets last week with 7. He's sneaky good. He played over 80% of the snaps. Not a bad option. To the Jets, I love this guy. Mason Taylor had 12 targets, led the Jets, which is great. Garrett Wilson's obviously still the one. Mason Taylor making a very strong case to be the 2. To the Lions, JMO is averaging 4.2 targets a game this season, which is atrocious, but he leads the wide receivers in snaps, so it's confusing. The Panthers, the only one you need to know this week is Rico Dowdle had 23 carries and over 200 yards. He's not going away even when Chuba is healthy. Up next, moving on to the Patriots, Stephon Diggs revenge game. He had 10 catches over 140 yards. No other Patriots pass catcher had more than 3. If you weren't sure who the number 1 is, you are sure now. The Raiders. The Los Angeles Rams, why did I say the city name? Puka is the stat. The Ravens' lowest total they've given up in a game on defense is 17 points. That was to the Browns. The second lowest total they've given up is the Chiefs with 37 points. This defense is not good. I've solved it. I figured it out. The Saints, Olave is second in the league in average targets a game this year, which is wild because they're the Saints. I think that production's bound to go up. Surely, right? He has over 10 targets a game. Surely, right? Right. The Seahawks are 4th in percentage of throws to wide receivers. They throw to their wideouts a lot. The top 2 are the Rams and the Chargers. The Texans are bottom 6 in targets to running backs. This includes all running backs. Woody Marks, Nick Chubb, Pierce is there. Does somebody else? They just don't throw to running backs. If you have a Houston running back, Stroud doesn't really throw to them. To the Titans, Gunnar Helm led all tight ends in snaps this week. Interesting, the rookie's making a little bit of a push. Wouldn't say I would play him, but it's interesting. And last, onto the Vikings. JJ McCarthy averaged 20.5 passes over the 2 games he played this year. Wentz has averaged 33. So after the bye, I imagine they will go to JJ, and I don't love that. Anyway, thanks for staying tuned, guys. Hope your weeks are going well. Good luck in week 6. We will see you soon. Peace out.